So it's your boy Carter the Boss, you know what I'm saying? So, been up since about 4 this morning. Got a couple songs in my head I gotta get done. Was up talking to my boy Aaron. Soon as I got up, like I seen that he had text. So I spoke to him. You know, I've been speaking to him pretty much. His mom passed, so he was just like trying to talk or whatever. So while we talking, he just he keeps coming up with these good concepts and stuff. Mind you, he going through something. He coming up with concepts. So this is what's going on. I need everybody to be clear. Like, I'm working on this music, working on all this other stuff, but sometimes you just gotta take time out to appreciate what you have now. You know what I'm saying? My man lost his moms, you know what I'm saying? And it was difficult for everybody to comprehend, like, but it's still difficult for me to comprehend that his mom's not here no more. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to be there for those who was there for you all the time. You know what I'm saying? My man needed his team, so we had to surround him real quick to make sure he was good. And then after that, he was just like my mom would tell me, you know, life goes on, you know what I'm saying? So, people, let me tell y'all something. I do a lot, like I'm moving in like such a militant way right now that I have to get things accomplished. This year and this following year coming up, I got to get a lot of things accomplished, you know what I'm saying? But I can't forget that enjoy life. And I think in 2020 was like strenuous, not just on me, just on everybody in general. It was real strenuous. Like, I had to deal with a lot of, I ain't even talk about that, but it was just nonsense of dealing with people's indecisiveness, family, friends. You just deal with shit, right? So boom, 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 right? Everybody is really looking at me differently now. Like, I'm not a different person. I just got different views. You feel me? So when you have different views on stuff, a lot of people gonna look at you and be like, oh, you think you this, you think you that. Just because I don't think the way y'all think and I don't move the way y'all move, like, that's not my thing. I don't be in the streets just swinging on people no more. I don't be, you know what I'm saying? I'm a different type of person. So when somebody tries to come at me sideways, the old me would have just gave it to you. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I want it all, you know what I'm saying? Me, though, like, where I'm at in my life now, like, I have goals I'm trying to meet. And sometimes when you trying to reach a certain plateau in your life, you have to let, like, things people say go. You have to let things people have done to you go. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let that go. Because if you don't, you be like, am I really dealing with this right now? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the people that you surround yourself around, like your friends or whatever, you got to sometimes start cutting them off. You got to start cutting people off and see who's going to be there for you in the end. You know what I'm saying? When people start doing things, I'm a type of person like this. If you're the type of person, like, all you bring is a problem every day, I kind of don't want you around me. No, not kind of. I don't want you around me. Because if you bring in a problem every day, that means you got a bad aura around you, and I can't deal with that. A lot of people be like, oh, man, but you be doing this. I know what I do. I don't need you to tell me what I do. I need you to figure out why you going through what you going through. I need you to figure out why you tripping the way you tripping. I need you to figure out why things ain't going according to your plan. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people will look at me and say, like, dang, dog, you different. Not different. Just when you start thinking different, When your mentality of thinking is different, then your actions is different. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be like, man, I be trying to do this. I have a slogan that I say every day. Don't try, do. You know what I'm saying? Somebody told me, man, you got to do this. You got to at least try to do this. I said, I can't try. I just got to do. And when you do something, that's because you got everything lined up in order for you to start knocking down barriers. You know what I'm saying? So don't let other people discourage you from what you can become. A lot of people, man, they want you to do what they want you to do right then and there. Like, don't move on other people's time, man. Move on your time. Move on what makes you feel comfortable. Because at the end, when you doing it on other people's time and you ain't feel comfortable while you was doing it, you're gonna regret it. I have a lot of things that go on daily, and sometimes people will call me and I just won't answer my phone just because I can't deal with people's drama every day. Like, you gotta have something positive to talk about at some point. Something good throughout the day happen in your life. Something good throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? And if it ain't happening, then you might want to start looking at why it ain't happening. So for me, it's like I'm just blessed. God blesses me on a daily. You know what I'm saying? I learn something every single day. I'm not as narcissistic, whatever the word. I'm not stuck up, as people would say. But what I am is cautious. I'm cautious on the things that people do. I'm cautious on the things people say. Like, I'll listen to how you talk. I'll analyze your whole demeanor. And I'll decide if you're supposed to be around me or not. I don't know. Life is just different. Life is different when you're trying to be not a different person, but on a better journey. You feel me? And then there's moments where you're not gonna accomplish every goal you set out to, but you can accomplish 90% of them. You gotta just start looking at people and say, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if that's a good idea for me. If you want to do whatever in your life, just be the best at it. Nothing comes easy, y'all. Nothing comes easy. People like, they want it overnight. They want it overnight. Sometimes you're not going to get it overnight. If you get it overnight, you was blessed. But the struggle is real, so you ain't going to get it overnight. You know what I'm saying? Me and my friends say, man, I got it out the mud, dog. Me, I'm getting to a point now, next year I turn 45 years old. 45, good Lord. I remember when I was 19. But I remember when I'm about to be 45 years old, and I'm just getting ready to start living my best life now. I'm good with that, because everything up until now was a learning experience. So I'm good with that. I'm good with waking up thanking God every morning for my blessings. I'm good with that. I'm good knowing that somebody wants to be a part of my life and not part of my problem. I'm good with that. I'm good knowing I got kids that love me. I'm good with that. I'm good with that. I'm good with knowing that everything happens for a reason, and it can either get worse or it can get better. I'm good with that. Thing about it is, like, just because you good with something don't mean you gotta stay with something. Like, I'm good with knowing that I can move up to a higher plateau now. I'm good with knowing when somebody believes in me. I'm good with that. I'm not good with just living average. I ain't good with that. So that's why I'm trying so hard. I try so hard because, like, I know what it's like to be without. A lot of people be like, man, you always having a good time in your life. You always joking. Okay, that's what you see in front of you. But like they said, when the door is closed, it's a different process, man. It's a different process. Y'all see right now, I got bags on my eye. Like, I've been lack of sleeping and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool though, because I'll sleep when I'm dead. One day I'm going to have a wife that's going to come to me and say, you can relax now because you've worked so hard all your life. I'm good though. One day I'll be able to kick back and sit on my front yard or my backyard and smoke me a cigar. You know what I'm saying? I might not light it, but it'll be in my mouth, but I might not light it because I got asthma. Might one day I'll be able to tell my wife, yo, let's get up and go to the airport. We going to New York, or we going to Vegas, or we going here, Colorado, wherever. Because God has let me learn throughout years and years and years. He let me know, you good now. You struggled. I let you go through all this to make you a better person. I let you have compassion for your fellow man. I let you have all that. I let you go through what you had to go through. You had to go to jail because you was hard-headed. That's what God told me. He said, I let you go to jail because you was hard-headed. I had to snap reality back into you that I'm the boss of bosses. You work for me. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to go through the heartache and the harshest times. But if you don't lose your faith, if you can just stay on that path that God has put before you, can't nothing stop you. Nothing. And a lot of people gonna look at you and say, how'd he make it this long? Why am I here? Because God ain't done with you yet. When God ain't done with you, then it ain't your time to go. You gotta go through that suffering process. That way you know how to stand strong. You gotta go through all that. You gotta be a disciple of God. So when he talks to you, he know he can count on you to talk to other people. You gotta go through all of that. Sometimes you gotta sit down and just hear the voice in your head tell you like, you all right. For God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten son. You one of God's sons. You one of his daughters. You gotta learn to listen. Sometimes you gotta listen in order to get the understanding. Sometimes you'll get a person who just wants to talk. He'd be like, shut up. Sometimes you gotta listen. When you listen, that's what makes you the most dangerous, because knowledge is the key. And the only way to gain knowledge is to listen, because you can't just learn unless you listen. So then what? You'll come and say, well, after I listen, then what? Then you implement it. So a person will hold your hand while you walk with them. But can you stand alone once you're no longer holding that person's hand? Can you still walk without somebody holding your hand? That's the real question. You want to love somebody. But when you loving them, if all they bring to the table is once upon a time things, you're not going anywhere with that. You need somebody that believes in you so much that you start to believe in yourself. Boom, boom, boom.